Now here's a man that almost falls apart in everything but the win column. Luis Tiant. 14 wins for the Red Sox veteran, 7 losses, 2.78 earned run average. He got off to a slow start, and he's a new papa. Had a baby boy Saturday. We have Joe Rudy in left field. He has replaced Jeff Burrows. Rudy now the left fielder. And he'll be batting 6th, and Tiant will be batting 9th. There's it's not the blooper, it's not the ephus, it's just the Tiant wiggle.
He is fun to watch. He turned his back completely to the hitter, Johnny Bench, looked out to his center fielder, said, I'm throwing him a changeup, and he did.
The 1-1 delivery by Tiant. That's his fastball, and listen, he has something on it when he wants to deliver. He has, his favorite saying is, what you need. What you need. An obliging guy, great sense of humor, a fun man to have around a ball club. The 1-2 pitch. Look at that head jerk.
Hey, okay, let's take a look at Luis Tiant again. He doesn't ever look at the hitter, doesn't seem like. Down on his toe, up at the sky, out to center field, and he comes from all directions with 4 or 5 different pitches.
Bench solves him for a line drive, hit to left. Rudy has it on a hop. Johnny Bench, who struck out the first time, has singled. The National League has out-hit the American League 4-2, but the American League's ahead 2-1. Jim Wynn bounced to short his first trip. Tiant pitched over the weekend in Texas, flew to Mexico City, where his wife presented him with a new baby boy, and then he flew here to Pittsburgh for the All-Star game. So he's put in some miles. And that one is into center field for a base hit. Bench is coming to third. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. Jimmy Wynn single. Sparky Anderson coaching at third, the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Red Schoendienst, the manager of the Cardinals, is coaching at first. Old silver locks. There's the redhead. You got the white and the red on the coaching boxes tonight. And Tiant has been tagged for 2 singles by the first 2 men he's faced. Steve Garvey singled his first time up. And he drills it into left field. Base hit going to the corner. Bench is scoring. Wynn is rounding third. He's being held up. Garvey has a double. The game is tied. And Tiant has been no mystery to the National League. Garvey is 2 for 2, and Weaver's calling the bullpen. Our mobile camera's right down there in the American League dugout now, and he's giving you a look. You've never seen this look before in a televised ball game, the look out on the field from the manager's viewpoint. And this is a different look than any other park because the Pittsburgh dugouts are even with the playing field. Most of them are below the playing field. And now there's a camera right in back of Dick Williams. You've always wondered what it looks to look out from a Major League dugout. You're seeing it tonight. A rare look for you fans across America. Ron Say, who doubled and knocked in a run his first time, looks at ball 1. And Dick Williams is anxious.
That American League bullpen looked like a firehouse for just a couple minutes. There were players scurrying all over the place. Wilbur Wood and Catfish Hunter are now throwing.
National League is a run in. They have runners on second and third, nobody out. They tied it at 2-all. Curve is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And now Williams is coming out to talk to Tiant. Tiant is pitching himself into deep trouble here in the last of the 4th. This is Williams' 3rd time as a manager in an all-star game. He's had a brilliant record in just 6 years of managing. He's won 3 pennants, 1 at Boston, 2 at Oakland, and 2 world championships.
Tiant's motion certainly has not fooled the National League hitters so far, but he's also hung some curveballs, especially the one to Garvey behind inside.
Tony, I can imagine with the first base open, too, Dick Williams wanted to find out how Tiant felt. He doesn't have a big power hitter coming up next, and Say can pop the ball, and if he hits one now, it'd be a big, big bulge for the National League.
They're deep and toward left for Ron Say. There's ball 3. You saw that little bulletin flash to you. 4 first-place finishes for Williams. One of those was a division championship, but they lost the pennant to the Orioles in the playoffs when he was out at Oakland. And, of course, you all know the story of Williams and Finley and walking away. Ground ball to second. Grich is up, looks to home, lets the man come on in, and throws Say out at first, an RBI for Say, who now has knocked in 2 runs. You don't think they want to win? 2 RBIs in this game for Ron Say, and the National League leads 3-2. Moving to third was Steve Garvey with 1 out. Larry Boa grounded out his first time. An excellent bunter, and the infield's in. The infield in now. They'll try and choke off this run if they can. Boa hits it down to first foul.
Outfield playing very shallow for Larry Boa also, and they've got some pretty good throwing arms, especially in right field and Reggie Jackson. Mercer throws well. Rudy charges the ball like an infielder and gets rid of it.
Ball 1, strike 1 to Larry Boa. American infield drawn in tight. The outfield straight away. Boa pokes the ball around, not a long ball hitter, and fouls it away, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ralph Garr's on deck. He's batting 9th. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 3rd and stayed in the ball game. Ralph Garr. There's a grounder to short. The draw in infield. Campaneris looked the man back. Throws Boa out. 2 down. Garvey still at 3rd. And Ralph Garr's up. He struck out his first time. Now the infield backs up.
With 2 outs, they've still got to be a little bit cautious with Garr up there because he's a pretty good bunter. He may try and score the run that way.
And also they have to play in Tony and Joe a step or 2 on him. Robinson's even with the bag at 3rd because of Garr's tremendous speed going down the line. Change up is foul back. That is Tiant's hesitation pitch, sort of a takeoff of Satchel Paige's, stopping at the top of his delivery, hesitating, then coming on through with his delivery. 1 strike to Ralph Garr. 3-2 National League. High fly down the left field line. Campaneris going out, calling for it. A foul ball, he has it, the side's out. 2 runs though for the National League. 3 hits, they left 1. At the end of 4, 3-2 National League. And looking in from our mobile camera in center field, we also have a new center fielder now for the American League. George Hendry of the Cleveland Indians has replaced Mercer. Lou Brock is coming up to bat in the leadoff spot for Ken Brett. The fans are booing. They wanted to see Brett hit. Lou Brock. And we thank the Pittsburgh Pirates for their courtesy, and they have been marvelous hosts to the nation's press, radio, TV, and all the fans here for this All-Star game. Lou Brock, .316 average, 3 homers, but a big story him, of course, 60 stolen bases. Change up in the right field. We'll get a chance to see him now in the bases. He's on. He is 22 games ahead of Maury Wills' pace when Wills broke the all-time record, Ty Cobb's record, in 1962, but Will stole 47 bases or 49 of his last 55 games.
And let's not only watch Lou Brock, let's watch Luis Tiant, who has all kinds of trick moves toward home plate and toward first base. Some say he balks, but watch him.
All right, Brock getting back. Brock stole his 60th game and his 60th base in his 95th game. Maury, his 60th base. Bluffs the dash, doesn't go.
That's a sign of a good base stealer. Lou knew he did not have the good jump. Tiant held the ball, got him flat-footed, so he decided not to go.
Actually, as I look down here, Morris stole 53 bases in his last 59 games to pinch it down even more. And Brock knows he's got a fantastic pace in August and September to break the all-time record. But he's going for it. There, he starts the bluff. It doesn't go. I want to tell you one thing. 60 bases at the All-Star break for a man 35 years old is an amazing feat.
That it is. It's an amazing feat anytime, but All-Star break, it's a lot. There's a real cat-and-mouse game going on here because Tiant is throwing from any part of the stretch position he's going into, and Brock, who has the green light to run anytime he gets the jump.
Morgan has struck out and doubled. It's a 2-0 count. Brock is going. Here's the throw by Munson. He's in there. He's got it. He's on his way to third. Brock steals second, goes to third on the throw in the center field. That's his first stolen base in All-Star game competition.
The amazing part of Lou Brock, everybody knows he's going. Pitcher, catcher, all you television viewers. Munson, one of the best defensively in the baseball, getting rid of the ball. He sidearmed it, got rid of it quickly. Look at it again.
Tony, I didn't think he had a good jump at that because he kind of broke back off his foot rather than his left foot rather than the crossover, and that throw, a low throw, and Brock in complete control goes on over to third.
Good throw would have had him beat, Joe. As
Yes,
you
sir.
said, you could see it.
And a throwing error charge to Thurman Munson. Each catcher now has been charged with a throwing error. Runner on third, nobody out. National League ahead 3-2. A foul ball. He went after that 3-0 pitch. 3-1 count to Morgan. Cesar Cedeno's on deck.
You have two different throwing styles in Munson and Bench. Bench is a gunner, whereas Munson, good, accurate, flips that ball and gets rid of it quickly, but this one sailed on him.
Tiant has been roughed up for 4 hits. There's a drive twisting down the left field line. It'll be in the American League bullpen. Looks like Jim Hunter chasing it. The Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh Fingers. Tiant, you'll observe working out of the stretch with a runner on third. Lou Brock. Robinson in tied at third. Yastrzemski close at first. The 3-2 pitch to Morgan. Line drive in the center field at Hendrick. Brock will score easily. He could crawl in on this one. And the National League has a 4-2 lead, a sacrifice fly, an RBI for Joe Morgan. Here's Cedeno. We said he could do it all. Watch his catch again off the bat of Bert Campaneris. And we'll tell you about his batting and his base running skills. Here he is now, just inserted in the game in center field, robbing Campaneris of at least a double. And maybe a triple the way Campaneris can run. He just outran that ball with his speed. Cedeno leads the majors in RBIs with 75, 19 homers, a .299 batting average, and he's stolen 36 bases. What credentials? And still in his young 20s.
3 All-Star games, the age of 23. He has those same credentials as Reggie Jackson has, can do it all.
He hits a high fly out to left center. George Hendrick loses his cap, but not the ball. There's 2 down. Morgan has knocked in a run for the National League. Garvey's knocked in 1, and Ron Say has driven in 2. Johnny Bench struck out, singled. He scored a run. 3 homers in All-Star games for Johnny. He'll have a lot of All-Star games left. Back in the All-Star game in Washington, Bench hit a line drive. Yastrzemski vaulted above the left field fence and robbed him of a home run. A 1-strike pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bench. George Hendrick will hit in Bobby Mercer's spot, so he'll be due to lead off in the 6th inning for the American League. Rudy will follow, and then Brooks Robinson. 3 balls and a strike. Tiant has not been as effective tonight as he's been the last 6 weeks with the Red Sox.
He got Johnny Bench talking to himself, Curt.
The 3-1 pitch to Bench. Strike 2 with a fastball. 3-2.
I don't know how you would feel hitting against him, Curt. Or Tony, did you ever bat against him?
Yeah, when he first came up with Cleveland, and he could throw hard, and that's about all he did. Now he mixes them up quite a bit.
But I wish he'd look at you when he throws.
What a bargain for the Red Sox. They picked him up in the minor leagues. Everybody thought he was done. 20-game winner last year, on his way to another 20-game season this year. Jim Wynn has grounded out, singled. He scored a run. Bench at first, 2 down. The National League has scored a run in this inning, and they're leading 4-2 in the last of the 5th. NBC hopes you're enjoying this All-Star game from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
0-1 to win.
Got Catfish Hunter and Wilbur Wood now throwing once again, Curt and Joe, down to that American League bullpen. I think Matlack will come in for the National League. He was warming up down there a while ago.
The players that are picked by the fans must play at least 3 innings at the start of the game. A pitcher cannot work over 3 innings unless it's into extra innings. Got the Fu Manchu, the sideburns, the works. 1-1 pitch to Win. Slow one. Floating in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jim Wynn.
There he is, a little way that he tries to deceive that runner and also the hitter a little bit as he comes down, and that's been contested by some saying it's a balk, and the umpire say no, it's part of his natural motion. He does it all the time.
He's pitching 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jim Wynn. Now the move to first. He nearly got him.
He went off. Johnny had about a 1.5 lead.
He hypnotizes you the way he moves that glove. You know, he can trick you into it. He can throw from anywhere when he comes set. Look at him.
Now to the plate. Foul ball back. This is his 2nd All-Star game. He was a starting pitcher in the '68 game at Houston. He was charged with a loss, a 1-0 loss, and his own throwing error to first base led to the run. Willie Mays in that game scoring the unearned run that won the game for the National League. Change up, hit deep to right. Jackson backing up. He's an excellent outfielder. That's all, but the National League picked up a run, a hit. There was 1 error, 1 left. At the end of 5, 4-2 National League.